This is Robert Kraft, and I'm your host on SNN Network. And joining me right now is Geoff Rotstein. He is the president and CEO of EQ Inc. It's a publicly traded company. The symbol is EQ on the TSX Venture. And you should be able to see EQ's presentation at our upcoming investor event, the SNN Network Counter Virtual Event, happening next week, January 6th and 7th, 2021. To register and see that presentation, go to canada.snn.network. With that, Geoff, thank you for joining me today. How you doing?
Thank you. I'm great, man. Thanks for having me.
It's great to have you. Can actually, another thing, you'll be able to see Geoff on one of the panels that we're going to be having at the event on January 6th, being moderated by Ralph Garche. So that's we just recorded that yesterday, and it went really well. So we're excited about that.
Right on.
So today we're gonna go high level. You know, let's start real quick with a quick overview of the company and maybe a little history as well.
For sure. Thanks. EQ, we're a data analytics and intelligence firm. We use geospatial data, which basically means data that is tied to locations, whether it be postal codes, neighborhoods, households. We use geospatial data sets to try to understand more about consumers. And we try to dig deeper to get better insights, better forms of intelligence. And the goal of the company is really to help our clients better understand, predict, and then influence consumer behavior. We do that with multiple sources of data sets. We use a lot of first-party data that our clients have, they bring to the table. We have our own geospatial data sets that we collect. We combine them together. We wrap around some machine learning and AI, and we really try to provide some pretty useful insights and intelligence and actionable items that can come out of that.
And what would you say makes the company unique and different compared to some of your peers out there?
Yeah, it's a good question. So EQ, we've been doing work sort of trying to connect our clients to their customers. We've been doing that for probably a decade. In different types of advertising mediums, different types of marketing mediums, and just trying to find messages that resonate, trying to target things better in the ad tech world, trying to provide better insights that we can help businesses better, predict or influence how they behave and how they operate. So we've been doing that for a decade. And then as we started building out our platform, so we're deep into SaaS now, we've got a SaaS model that really helps us, derive the insights and really combine data sets that can be useful to our customers. But rather than just having a bunch of smart guys in a room trying to find a problem, we, for the last decade, have been seeing the problem, and we've been trying to help our clients navigate through the problem. So when we started building out, our technology, and when the platform started to get developed, we have, a data science team now of about 25 different data scientists. And it wasn't just to put something up that was academic. It was, here's a problem. Here's what we know people need to do to solve it. Can we come up with a technology that can help? And I think what we've done, especially out of 2020, for a variety of reasons, especially some of the traction we got during the pandemic, but we've seen that there's a lot of really useful insights and really good decision-making types of data sets that come out of that. So, we've built something not just for academic purposes, but we built it with the problem and the commercial purposes top of mind. And I think because we've done that, we've been able to get a lot more traction and maybe even better traction than some others.
So who would you say is your target market? Because I've interviewed a few companies that are in your space, and some are more targeted at airports or malls. Who's your target customer base for your solutions?
Yeah, it's good. We look at it and say that anybody that has both physical and virtual kind of relationships with their customers are people that we work well with. We're doing a lot of work now. If you think about our main verticals, automotive's a big vertical for us. We've got fintech is a main vertical for us. We're doing a lot of work in the out-of-home space, sort of out-of-home, for people trying to figure out what works, what does the attribution look like for different types of marketing messages and advertising mediums out-of-home. We're working with that, and obviously CPG is big. So we've got those verticals that we play in, but we're really selling to anybody from as high level and as business oriented as data analysts, marketing, CMOs. CIOs and real sort of strategic decision-making people, down to people who are really data science and sort of sleeves rolled up, really getting deep with the data and with the technology. Because what we've done, again, a little unique for us, is we were building tool sets that we could use internally, tool sets that we could use to help provide answers, help provide recommendation, provide insights to our clients. And then rather than just stopping there, we've created this tool set where we can help our clients get to the results and get some answers and get some insights they're looking for. Or I can hand off the tool set. Again, our SaaS platform allows us to do that, hand off the tool set to the data science team and some of our clients and let them actually execute and build the rules and build the models that they need, that they want to do internally. So we're both sort of the people who can provide answers, but we've also got tool sets that we can license out if data science teams want to work on that themselves.
Very good. And Geoff, what's your background? I mean, how'd you get into all this?
It's great. Who knows how I got it? Who knows how anybody got anything? Sort of by training, sort of I've got a finance degree and whatnot. So I was sort of accounting, CA, CPA designation, sort of corporate finance, a lot of restructuring work sort of back in my, education, early part of the career. For the last, decade and a half, I've been really focused on technology and how technology can make a difference for problem solving, how technology can make a difference for how businesses operate. And so as we have, the team at EQ, and I always make the joke, which is only half a joke, that I'm probably the least technically oriented person in the company. But I think what we've done is we've got a great team that we've built out with some brilliant minds, both on the business side, but especially on the technology side, to say, how do we just do things better and allow companies to operate better? Technology is changing. Technology is always very fluid. Let's make sure we're top of mind with technology, and then let's make sure we're developing things and trying to provide value to our clients. So, I'm taking sort of my background in business, and I guess the last 15 plus years in technology and ad tech, and really combining them together, and we've come up with a really good platform.
Very good. That almost turned into a whole philosophical discussion on why do we do what we do in
there
general.
You go.
So I'm glad we arrived somewhere.
That's right. If we had an answer to that, it would be a whole different story, right?
That's for
different chapter.
That's for sure. So to close out this interview today, from what you can tell us, what would you say are some of the company's value catalysts now for 2021?
Yeah, for us, the big thing is this: we've been doing a lot of really hard work and heavy lifting in the Canadian market. I always tell people, like, the hardest part about operating in Canada, which is where 99% of our revenue is right now, harder to find data sets. The size of the engagement is less. The amount of work you have to do to sort of find those nuggets of gold is definitely more difficult. The big thing for us is we've had, over the course of 2020, our data revenue increase every single quarter. In fact, our data revenue, we have two sides to our revenue base. One is sort of more on the ad tech, one is more on the data side. The data part of our business has been growing for the last 8 quarters, continues to grow and growing fairly profound, sort of almost doubling year over year. So that's happening. That should continue to happen. So watching how those data assets and the data revenue for us continues to grow is a big piece. The second piece is expansion. Again, Canada's hard. And we've done a great job, I think, of cornering that market in Canada with the data we've got, with the insights we can provide. The big thing now is going to be, how do we take that to the US? How do we get that, a little bit more traction in other markets? And that's going to be a big piece of what we do. We're starting to do that organically. But I think there could be a big M&A component associated with that as well. So, we're looking both sides. We've got a great business right now that's operating, I think, ready for expansion. We've got a team right now that can probably do 4 or 5x with what we're, than our current run rate, with maybe hiring 2 extra people. So it's a lot of leverage. The data revenue is a big component. And I think some of those expansion into new markets is going to play a big role.
All right. Well, we're there, Geoff. Where can our audience go and find everything they need to know about EQ Inc.?
It's, again, www.eqworks.com is the website, which we are in the process of revamping. So to the extent people are looking on the next couple of weeks, take it with a grain of salt, but it gives a nice overview of what we do, soon to be a lot deeper into sort of how it works and a lot of the data. And again, the big thing for us too, it's the AI and the machine learning that we wrap around with those data sets. It's a huge component of what we do. So the new website that we come out with, we'll be talking a lot more about data and AI and how those two things work really well together.
Awesome. Well, Geoff, thank you so much for joining me today. I really do appreciate it. Good luck, stay safe, and hey, Happy New Year.
Hey man, thank you very much. You too.
All right. Take care.
Take care.